Hi, I'm Danielle Winston, today's host, and I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Let's Talk Film, a series where contemporary women get a chance to have their voices heard about the latest film releases. We'll be reviewing the psychological thriller Side Effects today, directed by Steven Soderbergh, screenplay written by Scott Z. Burns. We're shooting here at Stand For Restaurant, one of our favorite restaurants, known to serve some of the most delicious burgers in New York City. Situated in the East Village on 12th Street between 5th Avenue and University Place, right beside Cinema Village, the landmark Art House Cinema, and right around the corner from the beautiful First Presbyterian Church, and just a few short blocks from historic Union Square, which spills out onto the hustle and bustle of 14th Street. And Stand For Restaurant, with its gourmet burgers, deliciously creative shakes, and fantastic comfort food, remains a favorite of burger lovers. So let's go inside and grab a bite. We're here today at Stand For Restaurant with the amazing chef, Joaquin Mello, who creates these fantastic burger creations and shakes. Tell us about the theme of the restaurant and what's popular.
Well, the theme of the restaurant, basically we're a shake and burger destination. What we got here, these are famous secret blend. This is the Stenburger.
Tell us about the secret blend. Can you reveal the secret?
There's a few ingredients in there. There's some spices mixed with the meat. The meat here comes from Pat LaFrida, famous butcher. And the blend is 3 parts. It's a 1 part brisket, 1 chuck, and 1 short rib. Juicy, plenty of fattiness. It's a fantastic blend. Right here we have the Bold Burger.
What's it called again?
Bold Burger.
Okay.
This is the Bold Burger, yes. For guys with a big appetite, when you're extremely hungry. Here we have 2 7-ounce beef patties. One of them is covered with American cheese. The other one is with the aged white cheddar, fried egg, and an applewood smoked bacon. Yes. So this is the 2 main best sellers here at the restaurant.
And you're famous for the shakes. They're not your ordinary shake. They're things people would never get anywhere else. Tell us about these 2 and what makes them so special.
This is another one. This is our signature shake right here. This is the marshmallow.
Marshmallow.
What we do, we toasted the marshmallows, then it's blended with the ice cream. And there's another little secret in between that we can't reveal.
Can you give us a hint?
It's a kind of powder that we added to it to give it a better consistency and creaminess to the shake. But that's all I can tell you for now.
Okay.
This is, again, #1 selling item here. Then we have the s'mores. And again, the theme here is more like retro 50s with the shakes. That's what we're looking forward to, bring all those childhood memories back to you when you come to the restaurant. All right?
What's that on top? Is that an actual
That's the s'mores.
s'more?
Yes, a little sandwiches of graham crackers, marshmallows, and cream, and a little bit of drizzled chocolate on top.
And what's inside?
Inside, it's a blend of vanilla, chocolate, and the powder that we just talked about.
And what's in the marshmallow one?
It's also vanilla. The base here is vanilla right here with the marshmallow.
There's a
Plain and
marshmallow
simple.
inside.
Yes. There's a blend of toasted marshmallows with the ice cream.
And do you have a favorite, something else that you like that's not here?
Well, what we do right now, we're also doing seasonals. Right now, we're doing a pumpkin shake. So we also work with seasonal flavors for the shakes.
Is it pumpkin pie?
Yes, pumpkin pie.
Bits of crust inside?
There's a crust, piece of the pumpkin. The pumpkin pie is made here at the restaurant, and then we just blend with the ice cream.
Oh my gosh,
Yes,
it's so delicious.
fantastic.
Do you have burgers that aren't meat for those of us that don't eat meat?
Well,
Salmon
also here
or
we
chicken?
we have the salmon burger, which is organic. We have the chicken burger for those that are, they can't eat any beef with some dietary restrictions.
What
And
about
also we have the
veggie?
turkey burger. Huh?
What about veggie? Do you have veggie burger?
We have the
for
veggie burger, yes. Made with
what's it?
quinoa. Quinoa, it's a blend of quinoa, zucchini, roasted mushrooms, and caramelized onions.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
So it's very vegetarian friendly.
Yes, absolutely, yes. It's open for, people come to, group of people that come to a birthday. There's plenty of options for everybody.
So creative comfort food for whatever your diet requires.
Absolutely.
And have a lot of fun.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Absolutely.
All right, thanks. And our panelist today is Denise Goings.
Hello.
Hello,
Nice
Denise.
to meet you.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much.
Today, we'll be reviewing the thriller Side Effects, directed by Steven Soderbergh and the screenplay written by Scott Z. Burns. So does this film suffer from its own side effects? Whatever that means.
Well, I just think, does it suffer from its own side effects? Side effects meaning that it gets too complex for its own good, Do
you feel it ever did that?
There were points where it did. There were points where I thought to myself, my God, how much more can we add to this story? But I mean, everything, without giving anything away, everything made sense.
That was amazing.
Yeah,
I love that. It actually made sense.
Yeah, but still, you did have to ask yourself, my God, how is this possible?
So what genre would you say this is?
I think it's a thriller, psychological thriller.
Pharmacological thriller.
Yeah.
And psychological thriller.
Right.
Not, maybe they say horror, but not really horror.
No, and
not
somebody
at all.
said drama, and I was like, no, I think it's...
Elements of that, but
yeah,
no.
but I think it's... The main core of it is a psychological thriller.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
And I love that there are not, this is done so well, they didn't have to put violence in it. It feels scary and it gets you the way that really great Hitchcock films do.
Right.
And films try to recreate that and rarely get those moments.
Right, and there was some
and it was
great...
throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
I felt it was really keeping you on the edge and your mind, it was like a brain teaser, the whole movie.
Exactly.
And so little violence. There were a couple of moments I couldn't look, but nothing, it was just because my mind was telling me I couldn't look.
Well, I love films where your imagination is allowed to roam free, because the imagination is always much more powerful than reality. It can be. And in particular, when you're watching these kind of films, it's so much more intriguing for my perception and your perception to take us places that the film possibly would not.
Yes, yes. And I think there's a real credit to the screenwriter who managed, as a writer, I know that that's not an easy thing to do.
Right.
And often when people are writing movies like this, they don't pay off at the end, or they have these ridiculous plots that you find out at the end that don't add up.
Right.
This all was, it all was plausible.
Right, exactly.
In a fantastic way, but plausible.
Right.
So it was an excellent script, and the directing, I love the subtleness that went on throughout the whole thing. You could and the moments, there were some really quiet moments that we saw what the characters were thinking.
Yeah.
And we wondered what was going on in their mind.
Exactly, I love that.
Do you see similarities to, what about Black Swan or Fatal Attraction, other psychological thrillers?
Well, I think that people are making those references particularly because the female protagonist is such a complex character. She has a lot of intensity, and I think when you compare her to the female protagonist in The Black Swan, as well as in what's her
Natalie Portman.
Yeah, Nellie. No,
and Glenn Close.
Yeah, Glenn Close and Fatal Attraction. I could see that there could be a realm in which they're all very similar, but this one she's very different.
She's very original.
Yeah,
I thought there was this innocence and this vacant quality to her.
Totally vapor. That vapidness was just...
I didn't know if I was going to like her, and I didn't see Girl with a Dragon Tattoo, and I haven't seen her before.
Well, I saw the original, so I kind of felt I didn't really want to just...
So you didn't see her in that either?
No, I wanted to just leave it on the pure European version, which I thought was amazing. Did you see the original?
No. So was this your first experience seeing her in a movie?
Yes, exactly. This was my first experience seeing her in a film, and I thought she was fantastic.
She was very, very natural.
Yeah.
And I felt that I believed her, that she was very innocent, and yet I knew that something might else be going on.
Was going on.
But there was something nice about all of the characters had a kind of innocence and a sincerity. I never felt like any of them... Well, not all.
Well, most of them.
There's one that isn't, but I won't ruin anything.
Yeah.
But most of them.
Yeah.
And
at least they start off that way.
They're all innocent and they're all not innocent.
Right.
And every moment is completely believable when they make those switches.
I agree.
I love that. That was rare to see in a movie. I haven't seen a psychological thriller done this well in a long time.
Yeah. I mean, this was a film about perception. Very much about perception.
So do you feel that the movie defies expectation, would you say?
Yes, I think it does. In the complexity of it, I think that it does defy expectations. I didn't necessarily feel that it needed to be tied up with a bow. You
didn't?
No, I could have loved to have some mystique. That it could have ended.
Oh, did you feel it was too tied up?
I did. Yeah,
it was tied up.
Yeah,
yes,
I mean,
every
we knew. I don't want to give anything away.
Yes, that's true.
But there were no unanswered questions.
Yeah, that's true.
And
that's okay, though.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes.
That should be the biggest problem it has. That's okay. And so do you feel it was effective?
Well, what did you think? Did you think it was...
I don't think I saw anything wrong with it. I loved it. It defies expectation because I think that my expectations of this genre are becoming lowered because I rarely see a film that does it this well, and I expect them to do it this well, and it never happens. So this film didn't disappoint me at all. So in that way, yeah, it did.
Right.
But I didn't mind that it tied up everything at the end, because even after what you thought was the last twist, we would get another twist and another twist and another twist. Like, how many twists can you have and it doesn't seem ridiculous?
Exactly.
I love that.
That was very true.
I think that was fabulous.
Yeah.
Okay. This is actually the most incredible milkshake that you can imagine in the world, with crispy marshmallows on top, so I had to have some. Excuse me.
I wish I could drink milk because it looks delicious.
I can't describe this milkshake. If you come here, get the marshmallow milkshake.
I'll just finish with my tea.
Oh my goodness. Okay. I won't be distracted. So, now this is Soderbergh's last film. Do you...
Supposedly.
Yeah,
His last, what, cinematic?
His cinematic swan song, as they say. So do you think it's a good choice if this is his last film?
Wow, this is a man who's always brought us cool, slick, sleek, avant-garde. You know what I would have loved for, if he was going to have a last film, I think something like Traffic.
Really?
With a bang would have been fantastic, because Traffic to me is still one of my favorite films by him.
Wow, yeah, Traffic is very strong.
Yeah, it's like, that's the kind of thing, if I was going to have a swan song, that's the kind of film that I would, throw it on the mic and walk off the stage.
So you don't feel this is strong enough?
I don't. I think, for Soderbergh, he's got more. He's got a little bit more punch, What do you think?
I do. I love this movie. But this is...
It's different from Traffic. It's different.
It's very different. Traffic is a wonderful film, but being that I'm the audience for this movie, and I would await this movie for months to come out and see it the first day it comes out, and it paid off for me, and it was everything I expected. And I also love his first film, Sex, Lies, and Videotape, which
I love too.
One of my all-time favorite films. So,
and he had made a new genre when he made that. He really kind of put the name indie. He was the one who was really the king of indie. When that film came out.
So I think this, for me, did work as his final film. Although I hope he changes his mind and makes another film.
I do too. We always hope that.
But it worked for me because he, in many ways, reinvented this style by making it such a fantastic screenplay, but very subtle characters.
Yes, you're right.
And adding so much texture and layers. And usually when it's a plot-driven story, we don't have such well-developed characters.
You're right.
So I think it was so rich, and maybe years to come, people will analyze this and see even more in this movie.
Right. I think you're probably right about that.
What about the directing? Doing all this talk about Soderbergh, what did you think? Could you see the directing?
He was doing a lot of things here.
Yeah.
I mean, he was the director.
You said he's the editor and the director, and what's the other thing?
And the cinematographer.
That's incredible.
Yes.
I never knew that.
He's one of the few people who can do all of that and get away with it in Hollywood.
Wow.
Isn't that incredible?
I don't think most people know that.
No, because he goes under the pseudonym. See, if you look at the credits, he has a pseudonym. I think a female gets the credit for the editor, and a male pseudonym gets the credit for the cinematographer.
You have here Peter Andrews is a cinematographer,
right,
who is him, and Mary Ann Bernard is the editor.
Right.
He
and
makes a woman and a man. How cool is that?
And they're all Steven Soderbergh.
Wow.
And he gets the green light to do that in Hollywood, which I think is fantastic.
So he has the perfect career.
Exactly.
And he's not disappointing us.
No.
Well, we've run out of time, but I'd like to thank you, Denise, for your comments.
Thank you so much.
And your thoughts.
Thank you.
And also, it was a pleasure having you here today. It was so much fun chit-chatting with you.
I'm going to steal one of your fries.
Steal my fries. And I'd also like to thank, a huge thank you to Steven and to Joaquin for having us today at Stand 4 Restaurant and their incredibly delicious perks that they gave us today.
Delicious, I must tell you.
So today we're discussing Side Effects by Steven Soderbergh and written by Scott Z. Burns. Be sure and check out our review and more on our website, www.letstalkfilm.com, which is also available on your mobile devices. I'm today's host, Danielle Winston. Until next time, keep watching and keep talking film. Thank you.